Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Cabinet Secretary Karlo Nograles.
I'd like to first congratulate all of you, especially the organizers, on the success of this 21st Tuna Congress, for spearheading this activity, one that I hope will provide a venue for stakeholders to work together to come up with strategies that will help maximize the potential of our tuna industry. True enough, approximately 60% of the Filipino population lives in coastal zones and depends on our coastal resources for livelihood. In fact, the fisheries and aquaculture industry employs an estimated 1.5 million workers. At current prices, the value of fisheries production amounts to about 74.7 billion pesos, or 9.42% higher than the same period last year. Of the 7 major species our fishermen catch, 4 major species exhibited production growth: round scad, tiger prawn, tilapia, and yellowfin tuna. Of these 4 species, yellowfin tuna posted the biggest growth at 33.4%. Now, as a son of Mindanao, I consider these numbers welcome news. As most of you know, Mindanao is the source of 90% of tuna produced by our country. And tuna makes up more than a fifth of the marine fisheries production of the Philippines. This industry creates jobs and annual direct revenues of $400 million. Now, as the center of the tuna industry, and I'm talking about General Santos City, you are home to 15 of 19 fish processors and exporters of the country. Over 200,000 of the city's population of 750,000 are dependent on the tuna industry, which directly employs more than 25,000 workers. So the numbers therefore speak for themselves, and they loudly declare that without a doubt, General Santos is the tuna capital of the Philippines. The encouraging numbers we see, however, will be impossible to replicate in the future unless we undertake a comprehensive effort to ensure the sustainability of the tuna industry. This is the rationale behind the yearly conduct of this Congress and the recent launching of the National Tuna Management Plan, or NTMP, in 2018, a program spearheaded by the Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, BFAR. All these crucial issues need to be addressed and resolved. And BFAR, as the fisheries authorities of the country, has been tasked to partner with stakeholders in the tuna industry in order to do so. At the same time, our local government units, which is why I'm glad Mayor is here, have an important role to play, as they are the ones authorized to manage fishing activities in municipal waters and can adopt regulations for the conservation, management, and exploitation of tuna in our municipal waters. Now, our government recognizes that there are vulnerable sectors within the tuna industry, which is why it is focused on providing assistance to the handline sector, citing among other initiatives the designation of several tuna conservation zones. We note that at the fish port complex near the heart of General Santos, it is the buyers, not the sellers, that usually dictate the prices of large, mature tuna caught by the handline fishermen. So this has prompted suggestions from the fish farmers to impose regulations on the market price of tuna to help uplift the lives of small fish catchers. It's a proposal that I'm sure we in government, Secretary Dar, are studying, and we will evaluate this in coordination with you, our stakeholders. There is also an appeal to regulate the income sharing scheme currently in place, and for the Department of Agriculture to check and intervene if the need arises in the buying price of large fresh tuna. The Duterte administration support for the industry goes beyond all of these steps that I've spoken about. The government is also working together using the whole of government approach to build Mindanao so that it can fully realize its full economic potential, consistent with the pledge of the President to bring development outside of Metro Manila and into provinces, particularly Mindanao. We believe that as one of the industries that can improve the fortunes of our brothers and sisters in Mindanao, the tuna industry is the government's invaluable partner in our efforts to bring peace and economic progress to the region. We hope that in the years to come, we can continue to work together and we can count on you as our President's partners for change. Again, maraming salamat, congratulations, at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Karlo Nograles, for demonstrating your support to the tuna industry and